Welcome back. It's been an interesting evening, hasn't it? You know, the techniques I use to cut through may shock you sometimes, and you may even think that sometimes I'm cruel or too direct or too blunt, but the truth is that in order to cut through, in order for people to feel and see themselves as they are, sometimes you have to be direct. And if you could learn to be direct in your own life, you'd have a lot fewer problems. You'd stop beating around the bush. You just say to people exactly what you felt. Ever think about just doing that? Oh, how could you do that, you think? Some people would reject you. Guess what? If people reject you from for your telling them the truth, they're going to reject you anyhow. You might as well tell it and get it out of the way. Who's up?
Okay, we're going to Carol. She's on line 7, and she needs your help with making a decision.
Carol.
Hi.
Hi, Carol. How old are you?
30.
What can I do for you?
Well, my husband was just recently sentenced to 70 years in state prison
Why?
for a robbery, kidnap, and 2 people were seriously injured during the robbery. And
Was it armed?
yes,
Okay.
and I'm kind of torn between my loyalty to him as far as everybody else has abandoned him. He has no friends left. His family, they don't correspond with him. And I'm the only person he has left. And I don't know if I should. I just don't know. I feel like I would be abandoning him like everybody else did.
Well,
But I want to get on with my life.
Okay. You will be abandoning him if you get on with your life. Don't say you feel like you would. What's the earliest you could get out on parole?
35 years.
So you'd be 65,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Okay. So would you stay, if you were in the same position as he and you loved you, would you want you to stay loyal for those 35 years?
I don't think I would ask that of anybody.
Why not?
It would be a very big thing to ask. I don't think that if you love somebody, you would ask them to sacrifice their life.
Okay. How long have you been married?
5 years.
Okay. So you would be spending of all your time together, 1/8 together and 7/8 waiting for him to come out of prison.
Yeah.
At best. That's at best. Right?
Right. Well, right now I visit about once a week. He just got moved. He was up north. He just got moved down south.
Okay. And what is it like when you visit him?
We visit from 9 in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Saturday and Sunday.
And what's it like?
It's we just sit and talk at a picnic table, and it makes him feel good. I feel good seeing him.
But
But when we leave, it's hard.
it's hard. Tell me what the hard is.
Knowing that he has to go back into that place, and I'm coming home.
Okay. If you could snap your fingers, what would you do?
I'd snap him out.
You can't snap them out. If you would snap your fingers, what would you do?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I'd get myself out without hurting him.
You can't do that. But the point of the matter is, he wouldn't have gotten himself in that position if he loved and respected you to begin with. Did you ever think about that? Hello?
No,
You never thought about that?
not really.
Why not? Did you know about his activities?
I didn't know that he was doing that, no.
No. So he put you in a terrible position. Was he working?
Yes.
Why did he do this? Gambling debts?
I don't know why he did it. I
Isn't that strange?
don't know.
What was he robbing?
A convenience store.
A convenience store. How much money could there be in a convenience store?
He was with 2 other people.
So how much money could there be in a convenience store split 3 ways?
I don't know.
Well, what might they have? $1,500? For $500, possibly, he would risk your whole future together? That's not loving you. Don't you see that?
Yeah,
You do see
I
that.
do, but I guess I think of it more as, you know, he made a mistake, and
That's not he made a mistake. He's married, has a job, and has a wife. You don't go make a mistake like that. He needed the money for something else that he's not telling you about. Why else would he do that? What kind of a mistake could that possibly be? Explain he made a mistake. I don't understand. You got to make it make sense to me. We're talking about your life now, so you have to make it make sense to me. Come on. He made a mistake. What kind of a mistake was that? Could you,
pretty big one, I guess. He made some really bad judgments, and
like what? Tell me how his mind operated. What would it take you to make a mistake like that?
I would never do that.
Then you have to apply the same standards to him. Tell me why you would never do it.
I don't have that kind of, I would never,
You don't have that kind of
I
mentality.
don't have that kind of mentality. I wouldn't.
But he does.
I could never be that violent.
But he was. What did they do to the people in the store?
2 of them were seriously injured.
How?
One of them was shot.
Who shot them?
One of the other people was convicted of pulling the trigger, but he was convicted as well because he was there.
Okay. So he knew the person was coming in with a weapon.
Right.
Could you ever do that?
No way.
No way.
No way.
So how can you not apply the same standards to him? This is a person you're about to give your life up for.
But that's not the person that I knew.
But that isn't, then you didn't know the person that he was.
I guess not.
That's correct. What does it feel like talking like this?
It's scary.
Scary what?
Well, it's scary because I don't know if, he might be watching or...
We're just talking about the truth. And the truth is, if you love someone, you don't put them in that kind of danger. To love another person is to care about their feelings as if they were your own. Obviously, he didn't care about his own safety or his own feelings because he didn't think twice about it. Or he needed the money so desperately that he'd risk robbing a convenience store with 2 other guys to split it 3 ways?
But we didn't need money. We were...
But
we were
you don't know the truth then. Why would he do that? On a whim?
I don't know.
All right. You deserve to know. So I would ask him, why did you do it? Now that it's all over, why did you do that? Why did you put me in such danger? Why did you do this to our relationship? Why did you do this to our life? What did you need the money for? How did you make that judgment? I want to know. And instead of going there and saying, poor dear, you're stuck here for 70 years, you have answers that you deserve because you've been swallowing your hurt all this time. He owes it to you to tell you what he did and why.
All he's ever told me was that him and his friends were out getting drunk, and they went there, and
Guess what? I don't buy it.
That's the only explanation.
I don't buy it, and neither do you. Do you?
No, I think there's more to it than that, but
And-
I don't know what.
Okay. And are you going to give up 35 years of your life not knowing what the more to it is?
I don't want to.
Then don't.
I have 3 children, and
Don't.
I'm young, and I want to go on.
And you deserve better than this, and he's not telling you the truth. Find out the truth before you throw your life away, because it will be throwing your life away if you don't know the truth.
You have to wonder what he would do if he were in her situation.
Dump her in a minute.